everyone. We are the Movie Busters, and today it's kind of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it's
special.
14th now.
It's the 14th, and we'll probably upload it on the 15th. But we saw this film on the 13th, so we had a little horror vibe.
Yeah, we thought we should look something for our library, our big library, and
Even though
I didn't want a horror terrifying.
You're not a huge fan of horror.
No, I like horror because it's the kind of movie that go to the end. It's not a movie that have a doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's it doesn't take the easy route.
No.
It goes. I know what you're saying.
Okay. So I want to see a movie that touch the horror, but not a classic horror. So
Well, it's based on a classic horror.
yeah, it's based on a
And
story.
what better way to celebrate this day than seeing a Mike Flanagan film,
Yeah.
Doctor Sleep. I didn't see it in cinema when it came out. And like, sorry about that. We didn't see it in cinema when it came out. I wasn't a big fan of
Yeah.
Flanagan when this movie came out.
We didn't know him well as we
Actually,
know it now.
I do want to give, even though COVID was horrible, because of COVID, we watched Hunting of Hill House on Netflix because we were kind of bored because we've seen a lot of things and we wanted to experience something new, and we watched Hill House and we were blown away by it. And then I became, okay, Hill House is amazing. I want to watch more things from Flanagan. And Bly Manor came out, and I saw Doctor Sleep, and I saw Gerald's Game, and I'm saying, wow, he's a really competent director. He makes really good films and like great series.
It's one of the, I think, if you today is the surprising director that there is today.
I think he's one of the best. He's top 3 to me active.
You know, when he makes something, it's gonna be mind blowing.
Yeah, like Midnight Mass.
Yeah, it's not just to make something.
No.
He go completely. He surprise you in every corner of the movie. Wherever you turn around, you find a surprise, something that makes you amazed watching it. I think.
Yes, and I am a huge Stephen King fan. I love a lot of. I've seen a lot of films.
Yeah, a lot of movie
based on his books,
book,
and he's brilliant. His mind is. I have no idea what he dreams when he goes to sleep.
I don't know how he goes to
His
sleep.
mind is. It's terrifying up there. I'm pretty sure. But this movie, I wasn't really excited, even though like we watched it a year ago.
Yeah.
And my sister told us, well, there's a Shining sequel called Doctor Sleep. I knew about it, but I wasn't really excited. And she said, she read the book, and she said the book is really good, and I think the movie is too.
Yeah.
And we watched it, and it was good. It was very good.
It was very good, but it's not something you never forget. It's not something that leave you a mark.
Yes, it was good. And then I told you, you know what? Let's buy the 4K version.
Yeah, and we said we give it a chance in our house.
With a good like audio and like great
the audio
format.
is something that Flanagan is.
He's a
gives
master of sound.
Yeah.
Every show that he does, the sound is like
It's
really,
there. It's a part of the movie.
It's
the sound,
the base of the movie.
Yeah, the sound play a part in the movie. It's not just something in the background. It's really take a part.
And this is something horror directors do really well, is use sound.
Yeah, but Doctor Sleep, it's not it's like it's horror, but it's not a hardcore horror
It's not your everyday horror.
Yeah,
film.
it's like supernatural. More
It's
than
not,
supernatural. It's touched the supernatural world.
Yeah, it's not even it doesn't have jump scare. It's not your typical
There is
horror.
a jump scares, of course, but it's not too much.
No, and it doesn't feel like a jump scare just for the sake of jump scare. It has like a meaning behind it. We watched this film yesterday, and I loved Shining.
Yeah.
I've seen it like 5-6 years ago, and I watched a couple of times since, and I really love it. Jack Nicholson is one of my favorite actors, and
when I was in your age and I saw Shining.
well, the movie came out when you were 11, 12.
No, I didn't see it in the movie. I see it in a video.
Yeah, you had it from Blockbuster or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I watched it, and I thought Shining, it was the Shining of madness of Jack Nicholson. This is what I thought. Yeah, this is what I thought. The Shining was the explore of the madness that he got on this crazy hotel. I didn't know anything.
Yes.
When we saw Doctor Sleep, it's kind of explained The Shining.
It explains what happened there, because if you watch The Shining,
it's make The Shining movie of Kubrick, the Kubrick version, better and maybe understandable, because Kubrick does not explain
it doesn't rely
anything.
on the supernatural.
No, and it
side
doesn't
of the
explain
world.
anything. It's that they have amazing shot over there. Of course, they're riding with the bikes.
Yeah, with the
the
two
blood, the
twins.
blood came out from the elevator and everything. There is a lot of scenes. The
Beautiful
creepy
scenes.
woman in the bathroom.
Beautiful scene.
Yeah, but it doesn't
cinematography.
explain anything.
No, I feel like Kubrick wanted to make a psychological thriller
But
more
it,
than
but it
tackle
doesn't explain anything.
No, it doesn't. You have the mentor of Danny, Tony, in this movie, and it was in the first movie as well.
Yeah,
But it doesn't really explain.
Yeah, but I think this character, it's like a kind of a ghost. He come in when he dreams. It's like a daydream. When he have a dream or something, he
I
came
guess
in,
so,
help
yeah.
him and guide him. I think it's brilliant. I loved it a lot.
And
It's
he has
explained.
monologues. He has a lot of monologues.
Monologue and he have a part, a very
Even a bigger part than the first film.
yeah, bigger.
Yeah.
It doesn't play much, but he showed up and he explained perfectly how to move on, because it's emotional turbulence he got over there.
Yes, and I don't want to say before we continue talking about the film itself. I love Ewan McGregor. I grew up as him being Obi-Wan, and seeing him play something differently. Even in Trainspotting, is something very different. He's a very capable actor, and it shows.
Yeah.
I love him as Obi-Wan, and I'm super excited for the series. But he makes this character feel. You have empathy to him.
Yeah, you
can-
feel he's suffering from his
His eyes.
Yeah, you feel he's suffering from his childhood, when he is a kind of a hitting father, and a drinking problem and everything. How he grew up with it.
It's a
All-
very
all
sad
this-
story.
And in the beginning, he doesn't want to help.
No,
he doesn't want to cooperate in this.
When you take the
task he
whole
had.
magic and shining out of it, it's a really sad story.
it's a
Backstory
set
to
of-
Danny.
He sacrificed himself eventually.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a spoiler warning before this film. It came out 3 years ago.
You know,
so
but every time we watch in Flanagan movie, there is a price to pay. Think about it.
yes, in every show,
Nothing come free, nothing come easy. Everything that you think you solve, every big problem you solve, you have to pay the price.
even in Midnight Mass, of course, as I said, spoilers to all of Flanagan's. Even in Midnight Mass, when the girl in the wheelchair starts
Yeah.
walking, and people like and
there is a
and everyone's like, and the old people who couldn't walk or couldn't breathe
Yep.
suddenly starts running,
Yeah.
and miracles happen. Well, the cost of it is bringing alive, drinking the blood of a vampire and
Yeah.
becoming a bit youthful, and
and also here you find that if you want to to solve something in your life also, because it doesn't solve the problem of the other. He solved his personal problem that he grew up with. There is a huge amount of pay to
there
pay
is a beautiful
eventually.
ending there.
Yeah.
And I want
I
to
think that first we have to mention that we watched the director cut. It's
yeah, we haven't seen the
I don't wanna
the
see it.
theatrical cut.
I don't wanna
It's
see it.
30 minutes less, and I have no idea where they could cut anything.
It's look completely and the whole picture.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like, when sometimes you watch extended cuts for the Lord of the Rings, there's like 45 minutes, and okay, this could have been cut.
Yeah.
It's not
If
necessary.
you're not a true fan, you can.
You can cut those, like when Merry and Pippin are drinking the water of the trees and they grow up a bit. It doesn't add to the story. It adds to the world building, but it
Yeah.
doesn't. And here I'm thinking to myself, where could they have cut material
Yeah.
without hurting this film?
It's look like every minute is very important. And I like the phase of the movie, the way it moves from a lot of angles. I don't want to tell the story exactly, but there is a chase over there, a big chase.
There's editing. The editing.
Yeah, think about it.
When you think about,
it's beautifully made. The camera that goes.
the camera work, the cinematography.
Think about it. The camera goes up and goes down,
and then go through the window, and it moves.
Move the house completely.
And it moves brilliantly without any cuts or something that's like, okay, they could have done it other way. It moves brilliantly. This is Michael Fimongeri. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing his name. He's the cinematographer of every Mike Flanagan project, and you can feel it. They work together brilliantly. They have the same mind, and when I said the editing, Mike Flanagan is also is the main editor in this film, and you can feel
it's always all creation. It doesn't just direct. Is probably involved in the writing. He's involved in the editing.
Writes.
Yeah,
he always writes.
He writes and involved in the writing itself, in the editing, of course, and it show up. You can see it's a one-man show.
Well, with the help of others.
Yeah, of course.
But it feels like
one-man idea, one-man.
I dare to
project.
say it feels like a Hitchcock-esque production when Hitchcock did all of the work.
Yeah, everything.
I mean, I'm not taking anything from the producers.
No, we don't compare.
The
We don't compare between them, of course.
But he does a lot of the work. There are films like in Hill House or stuff like that. He directed, he wrote, he produced, he edited. He does a lot of jobs. He doesn't like come to the project, directs it, and
you
then
can see it.
know,
And you can see
then
it.
I'm gonna do another project.
It's a
a passion project.
Yeah, you could see his
Signature.
Yeah, exactly. The signature of him in his movie. You could see it. You could feel it.
I love him. There's a couple of TV shows that he's doing coming out to Netflix, and I'm super excited. Even though I don't know anything about
we saw this movie, at least this is I believe the third time.
Yeah, it's either the third or fourth.
Yeah, I think yesterday that we watched him, I think maybe it's maybe the first time that I really understand this movie almost completely. I always leave couple of percent in the air or something I didn't catch. But I think this is movie not to watch just one time and say, okay, I'll explain it. It's impossible.
No.
It's complicated.
If you're coming based off just watching the Shining movie without reading the books, it's really hard to catch everything the first time you watch this film, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of sentences over there that you cannot understand completely if you have to digest the idea of people that shine. The shining is a good thing. It's like it's not an angel, but like it's a good spirit that they have. Some people choose by I don't know, maybe God or something to have, and of course always there is the evil people that try to devour this element of shining.
I want to say something without getting much into it. The kids, the baseball boys scene.
It's terrifying.
Terrible. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
But the idea and how they shot it, and well, you
the
don't
suffering,
see them,
the suffering of the kid.
And the kid actor does an amazing job.
Yeah.
I was sold on it. But
it's horror movie. It doesn't show anything. It's implied a lot of
things are implied.
You understand that he's in pain, and you see, the blood and everything, but you didn't see everything, and it's very hurtful. It's very hurtful.
It's
and Abra feel that far away, and it's.
And I do want to talk about Kyliegh Curran, who plays Abra. He's doing a brilliant job.
Yeah.
I didn't know her before this. And I didn't read the book, so I didn't know who Abra was, but I think she made the character really
I liked her
relatable.
when the movie showed her as a little girl, as some sort of power, and the parents kind of ignore her. Said, okay.
When the piano plays by itself.
But by night, and all the forks and
the forks and spoons stuck on the ceiling
and everything, and she say always to the magic man that
the magician.
Yeah, they came to.
I can do that too.
I can do it too, and he's kind of a silencer and said, okay, let me show you my show and leave the.
Yeah, her character has a story arc. She doesn't feel. There are huge problem today with films.
There is no
especially new
background.
film.
There's no
There's no
background.
background, and
You have power and that's it.
and like some of the characters today are really powerful, such as Rey in Star Wars. She's so powerful without any explanation, and you don't really relate to her, so it's hard to understand how she's so powerful, how she beats Kylo Ren at the
I think
first
you have
time
to
and
build
stuff like
power and abilities. You have to build it from small things and growing and learning. You have to see some sort of process. It's not just something that came out from the air and that's it. You're powerful, you can do anything.
No, it took
Sometimes
it took
powerful,
years.
it's dangerous. You can do dangerous things with it if you cannot control it. And in this movie, it's also explained that it's very dangerous just to play with this power.
Yeah, as Danny
Yeah.
tells her, like
It's very dangerous.
There are horrible people out there.
Yeah, waiting
Don't
and-
shine. Just do it little by little and stuff, and help like people that you.
So
close
I
to.
think we
And
can.
I want to say a couple of things. Rebecca Ferguson is amazing. I love her as Lady
Yeah.
Jessica in Dune, and she's a marvelous actress. When she does a role, even in the Mission Impossible, the last couple of Mission Impossible films, she's very good. And
Yeah,
I mean, I'm super excited to see her in Dune.
I
Part
think
2 as
it's
well.
it's part of the when you take the bad guys, of course, in every movie or the bad itself, you have to build him some. How to say it? You have to build him. No, just wait. I have to find the word. You have to build نفخ.
Oh my god. There's gonna be a caption there because I forgot as well. Because
Never mind. You have to build a character also to the bad people or maybe the evil side of something. You have to build a story. Not just this is evil thing and that's it. You have to say why it's evil, what the purpose of the evil, what the evil look for. And if
what's its goal?
Yes, and if it's made with thought, a deep thought, it's make powerful the good ones. It's a balance. You can't make the good things very high and the bad thing just bad. And that's it.
No, you can't make the good very good and the bad. When this is something. There's a huge problem with the new Star Wars trilogy where Rey is super good, but Kylo Ren isn't super bad. He's like in the middle of the road,
Yeah,
so
it's a problem.
It
It's a
feels
problem. It's-
lackluster.
Yeah.
But here there's a great balance between the good of Abra and the bad of Rosie, and then you have Danny, like Ewan McGregor, who's
In the
kind of
middle.
in the middle.
In the middle, yeah.
And
It's like Moznaim. The balance scale.
Libra.
Like a balance scale. This is the bad, this is the evil, and they're fighting. Sometimes you have average evil, something, and then it's in the middle. It's moved until he has to help Abra to fight this situation.
Exactly. And there are some scenes in this movie that the way they made the Overlook Hotel again is
Yeah.
one
Think about
one for one.
all the resurrection. You have to build it like it was in the 80s.
Yeah, it's really amazing to see, and I do love the scene where they go to the Overlook Hotel and then you have the main theme from The Shining and it's the same shots of over the lake with the camera and it's like going really fast. And
Yeah,
then
it's
like a shot for shot, but it's beautifully made and it doesn't feel like a copying anything. It's just like an homage to the old one.
It's homage and the story are together. So
Yeah.
it's relate. So they have to combine the story because it's touching each other.
And as you know, Jack Nicholson is very old, so I don't think they wanted him to reprise the role because he's like 80 something.
Yeah.
So it feels a bit weird if he came back, but he gives the role of Jack Torrance, Lloyd, the bartender, however you want to call him, to Henry Thomas, who
Yeah.
plays in every,
Yeah.
in almost every Flanagan
It makes
production.
the Jack
makes it
Nicholson
really
part. Whoa!
He
In
ma-
all
makes
the
it-
makeup and everything and the look, the crazy
And
look,
the hair and everything.
the hair, and the clothes, everything was like the 80s.
It feels amazing. The whole overlook.
Yeah. I think
Scenario
it's one
is
of
amazing.
the hard thing to do.
And Alex Esso as Wendy plays exactly like Shelley Duvall,
Yeah.
and she looks
The
like
terrifying mother.
her. And it's something It's when I first saw it, I was like, is it Shelley Duvall like CGI'd in here? Did they CGI her to look
No,
younger?
just
But
make
they just
someone.
but they took someone who looks like her and can give a good
Yeah.
give a good performance, and it's something that's worth noting. I do want to ask you a question,
Mhm.
because I think this is like one of the topics, the main topics of this. Do you think Doctor Sleep is better than The Shining?
Yes, it's better. I think I'll tell you something more. It makes The Shining
Better,
better.
that's for sure.
That's the I think
That's the brilliance of this film.
exactly. It's The Shining itself by itself. It's interesting movie. It's make you think, but something is not complete over there. Something is not finished.
Well, yeah, I guess so, but
Doctor Sleep make all the story.
it makes The Shining feel more
Yeah.
complete. That I agree with you. I think The Shining is one of the best horror films I've ever seen, with The Exorcist and a couple of more. But I think this film makes the whole Shining experience, when you watch,
Yeah.
if you watch The Shining again, it makes
You
much
can
more
understand,
sense.
you can understand it more easily.
Yeah, and I think it's make the experience of The Shining better. It doesn't take away from.
It's like you make the first movie, okay? You like the first movie, but you don't do the first. You do the second before you do the first. The Shining, The Shining was
okay.
okay. The Shining is supposed to, I think, to come.
It doesn't have any backstory. It doesn't explain anything. It thinks like
means something.
you know from past experience and like knowledge of the book that you know stuff that happens there. This is something. Okay, I can give you that. It feels like if you think about it, Shining is a psychological thriller without any, with a glimpse of supernatural
Yeah,
stuff.
no, there is a supernatural.
It's
of
a
course.
horror. It's more horror than this film. That's
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
horror, but it's not like we said. It's not.
No, it's not a jump scare horror.
There's
or
not a gory
dumb
thing and
horror.
everything.
No, and this film goes to the supernatural side of this world that Stephen King built, and it complements the first film. I think it's the best way to,
Yeah.
at least for me, to explain it. It complements the first film and makes it better.
Exactly.
Is it better than the original? Could be. For me, you said to yourself, yes, it could be. Maybe if I watch it, like if I watch those two films back to back, maybe I'll have a better understanding and feeling.
They don't speak a lot in The Shining. There is not a lot of dialogue.
No, but there's a huge
There's-
shot emphasis on
There is
the
a huge
characters.
shot, a quiet shot, a super scary shot, and everything, but nothing, almost nothing is explained. You cannot understand if you don't have some sort of background.
And
it's
as
a
you
problem
said before,
a little
you
bit.
thought Shining was something else. It's
a-
not the shine of people who has like a special who has magic in them.
Yeah.
You thought The Shining was the madness of
Yeah.
Jack Torrance throughout the story.
Yeah.
And you know, it's an interesting idea. Maybe it's something Kubrick intended. I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know.
But
But
it's
with-
interesting.
For the end of the discussion here, we can say we loved it a lot, and we recommended to watch it if someone didn't watch it yet.
Yeah. Of course, there were spoilers here. I think if you haven't seen the film and you watched the entire video, I don't think we ruined anything here. I hope not. But if you I believe if you watch the entire video and haven't seen the film, please give it a watch.
Yeah.
It's very good, and I don't think you'll
It's
be
a
disappointed.
very enjoyable movie. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, and,
I enjoyed it like not in the first time, but like something very sweet to taste again.
It's very hard to have a sequel many years after the first one, who is very good as well. You know, there was Blade Runner with 2049 with Denis Villeneuve, and I think that's sort of it. I don't think any movies that I think sequels are really hard to make. I think sequels are harder to make than original films, because when you're making an original film, it could fail or it could be good. If it's amazing, making a sequel to an amazing film is super difficult, because you have a bar now.
You have a bar. You're tied to something.
You have expectations you need to meet.
Very careful what you're touching.
And it's a huge props.
Yeah.
I want to give to Mike Flanagan, who tackled this and made it the best he could. And you know, Stephen King,
Yeah.
do what you do. I mean, your mind is amazing. Keep writing books. I love seeing a lot of your. Well, I haven't read a lot of your books, but.
Yeah, the magic here is from the beginning. You don't have to wait to something to happen. It starts immediately, and immediately you are captured in the movie. You can't stop watching it.
No.
It's something that kind of rare.
This was a look back at Doctor Sleep and a bit of Shining. You know, we talked a lot about The Shining, so it's a bit of a both review, I guess. But, thank you as always for watching.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, as it helps the channel grow and allows us to do more content like this. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to London to see Lord of the Rings in Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah,
so
the
we're going to talk about
Philharmonic
it.
of London, and it's going to be great.
I'm sure we're gonna talk about it because it's. I think it's an experience.
I think we're going to record something from London.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a London trip, I guess, to places that we go. We want to go to a cinema in London, and stuff like that, or huge collectibles. You know, it's gonna be a fun video and something that connects with us. So again, thank you guys for watching, and as always, we are the Movie Busters. And until next time, have a good week.
Bye bye.